YouTube doing? YouTube kind of people videos short at the end and all kind of shit. And it's like the algorithm like picking up on certain words and making it seem like um you're in a bad location it's just, boy, I tell you, it's crazy. God, they just put this building up. They put it up so fast. I'm telling you, 2, 3 days ago, it was a skeleton. They done put the walls up and everything. It's crazy. Anyhow, I wanted to talk to y'all about how can you manifest anything good if you're toxic? How can you manifest anything good if you are toxic? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You know, I realized why for 20 years I was just living in a roller coaster type of life like most people. I was surrounding myself with toxic people. I wasn't nothing much like the people I was attracting to myself. I was still attracting them to myself because there was some quality in them that I needed, and I was overlooking the toxicity in them, long as what I needed from them was being satisfied in me. And that's what a lot of us go through, like there's this meme been going around. A lot of um a lot of people stuck in relationships that been over just to pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people are in relationships because the bills are being shared and stuff like that. People are in relationships because the sex is good and stuff like that. One thing people not talking about is that toxic sex is good. Sex with toxic people is good. It's really good. And I know that's why a lot of people purposely stay toxic, is because they know it brings out that sexual sex appeal in them. So they purposely stay toxic. But anyhow, when you learn to get these toxic people out of your life, when you yourself become as non-toxic as possible, you will find yourself attracting nothing but non-toxic people to you. You will instantly know each other. You will instantly see each other. You will instantly see each other. You will instantly vibrate towards each other. Like I even find myself like looking at certain women and it's like, God, like, wow, at one point I would have been attracted to that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even today, I'm at the restaurant and this lady's like, excuse me. And I could tell she's only saying it like that to get my attention. She wanted my attention. And I didn't give her any of my attention. So she said, well, I just wanted to say excuse me because I didn't want you to think anything funny. And I look back at her like, lady, I'm not even looking at you or talking to you. And I'm like, you're fine. Like, I said you're fine, like in a way, like I'm not even looking at you or thinking about you. Like why are you even speaking to me? But that just confirmed she wanted my attention. And that ain't nothing but a demon. That ain't nothing but a demon. That ain't nothing but a demon. See, toxic people are possessed by the demons. And the demons are who are speaking to them, telling them things and speaking through them. You know what I'm saying? Because even myself, like I can remember so many times, like I was like thinking stuff. You know what I mean? I was thinking stuff, negative stuff. I was thinking all kind of toxic stuff. Like I always say, I messed up with 3 really good women in my life. 3 really good women that did not deserve for me to break up with them at all. But I knew I was toxic. I knew I was not the man for them at that point. They could have did better than me at that point. So I broke up with them. And They it's all three same situation. They were like, no, it's my choice. I know you're a good man. You just down on your luck, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. But I broke up with them anyway. So, in life, the first thing I ever did right as an adult, the first thing I did was learn a very, very good skill, carpentry. I learned a very, very good skill, carpentry. I started being a full-time carpenter in my late 30s. Well, let me say mid 30s. In my mid 30s, I became a carpenter in my mid 30s, right? Most of my life, I had been a sales person. I sold cars for 11 years. I sold automobiles for 11 years. Um, my early career. Then I worked in the restaurant industry for 5 years out of my life. Probably 5, 6, 7, probably 8 years, something like that. I worked in restaurants for 5 years, and then I had my own food truck for like 2, 3 years. So anyhow, I want to say time I was like 36, 37, I became a carpenter. One of the best things I ever did. I haven't been out of money since. I have not been out of money since. Even if I'm low on money, I just gotta wait a couple minutes and then my phone gonna be ringing. Guaranteed. Boost my ads, place some more ads, anything like that. Somebody always needs some type of carpentry work done, plumbing work done, finish plumbing, finish electrical. It's nonstop. It's like a car mechanic. Everybody needs something fixed on their vehicle. You know what I'm saying? If you're a car mechanic, all you got to do is sit outside an auto parts store. That's all you got to do. Pick and choose the work you want to do. I remember I needed some work done. The mechanic was like, nah, man, shoot, that's going to be a headache one there. And I told him, well, my other vehicle need this. He was like, okay, I'll do that. I'm like, dang, man, this is a good little gig, like being a mechanic, like, you know what I'm saying? Pick and choose what you want to do and still make crazy money. And he was only charging me like $150 to change a water pump. I ended up doing it by myself because I knew I could do it by myself. But I would have paid him. I honestly would have paid him if I didn't have the time to do it. I would have just paid him to do it. $150 change a water pump. That's nothing. And he would have did it in probably like 45 minutes, you know what I mean? An hour. So, got to learn a trade, man. The first thing you got to do is learn a trade. As a man, as a woman, you want to learn a trade that's essential. That's essential. Fixing houses, fixing vehicles, farming. These are essential. These are essential. Like, without these type of trades, like, the world just ain't gonna turn around. And definitely without truckers, people transporting, trains, any people in transportation, anything in transportation, anything in construction, anything in food, anything in healthcare, anything with having to fix the transportation, it's just a no-brainer, man. It's just a no-brainer. It's essential. It is essential, and then get rid of all the toxic people in your life, one by one or all at one time. One by one or all at one time. I'm telling you, the minute you do that and you undo whatever toxicity is in yourself, you'll start to see life so beautiful. You will really start to see life in a whole different light. You won't want to smoke anymore, drink anymore. You'll be hanging around such beautiful people. One of my neighbors, I just, was talking to him last night. He's like, bro, we got the same mentality. We need to hang out. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm standing here thinking the same thing. We need to just hang out, bro. And it's like, damn, what can we do? We don't drink, we don't smoke. I'm like, bro, like, Man, I hunt, I fish, I be in the woods, play card games, board games. You got a woman, I got a woman. We could double date. Like, just talk. You know what I'm saying? Just talk. Just have deep conversations, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And the last thing is do that. Find a partner that is not toxic, but also in the same scope as you. Also is equally yoked as you. You know what I mean? I got a book that I'm about to write. And this book literally might be the #1 dating book in the world. It might be the number, because I'm getting so many good praises about it and stuff like that. It's basically 101 questions to ask when dating. 101 questions to ask when dating. If you ask people these questions and you answer them back, you can quickly find out if this person is for you or not. This being is for you or not. And if they're not for you, you move on. If they're for you, then, try it out and see if it works out. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, let it be what it is. If it's just a sexual relationship, let it be a sexual relationship. Stop forcing things to be that they're not. If you guys just have a really good friendship and understanding, you both pay your bills on time, you make good roommates, let it just be that. Let it just be that, whatever it is. If you friends with benefits, let it just be that. Stop forcing things into being what's not there. But for those that are looking for serious relationships, I got a good book coming out. But for those of you that want a better quality life, learn a skill. I recommend something in construction or real estate. I recommend something in healthcare. I recommend something in automotive, transportation, any of these industries. I strongly recommend. And slowly but surely, identify toxic people in your life. Learn to identify them and wean them off. You might not be able to get rid of them completely because they're your family members and business partners and friends, but you don't have to deal with them every day or on a certain level anymore. You know what I'm saying? And learn the spirit of discernment. Number 4, learn to have the spirit of discernment. Without that spirit of discernment, everything is almost null and void. Because if you cannot discern the spirits, you know what I'm saying? That's where learning how to be non-toxic comes in. When you are non-toxic, you'll learn how to discern the spirits. When you are non-toxic yourself, you learn how to discern the spirit. And once you have all of these in place, you learn how to discern spirits, you're non-toxic, you learn a skill, all this, you will find yourself manifesting everything. Especially you have the right partner, y'all manifesting together, man, the world becomes your oyster. That's why the Bible, I'm not a Bible thumper, that's why the Bible tell you, he who findeth a virtuous woman findeth a good thing. I'm telling you. How can two walk together unless they agree? How can you manifest with someone unless you agree? A lot of times the reason why y'all can't manifest is because you sleeping with the enemy. You sleeping with the enemy. Your mother, father, sister, brother, business partner, co-workers are all your enemies. You have to walk with people you agree with. Find people you can agree with. Stop dealing with people y'all keep disagreeing. Y'all keep disagreeing on 90% of shit, 50% of shit. Find people y'all agree on like 80, 90, 100% of the time. Most of the time, y'all in agreements. That's the type of people you want to be around. Most of the time, you are in agreements. You might not find anybody Matter of fact, I don't even know if I recommend you be around somebody that just agree with every fucking thing you say and do. Because we all do and say things we shouldn't be doing and saying, and we need somebody to check us. You know what I'm saying? But find somebody that you guys agree on 89% of what you believe in. When you find, let me tell you, it don't matter if you're Muslim, Christian, Hindu, whatever. A lot of times why religious couples or certain couples manifest a lot and get everything, you like, dang, how this couple, they the devils, but they just get everything they want because they in agreement. They are in agreement. You might have a man and a woman, like some of these celebrities we know. I ain't gonna name them, but some of these celebrities we know that are husband and wife, their spouses, right? You're like, dang, how they manifest so well and so much? They are in agreement. They are in agreement. So they manifesting powers double. Especially you got the male and female entity. Everything he put into her universe, her yoniverse. She feeling it. She feeling him. She's feeling it. Oh, yeah, they about to manifest some shit. Whenever you make love to a woman and she's genuinely feeling you, she's manifesting for you. She's manifesting for you. She's genuinely feeling you. She is manifesting for you. The only other way to manifest is for a man to practice semen retention. Semen retention. That means you're using yourself as a yoniverse. You're retaining your sperm. You're retaining your sperm. You're retaining your ideas and your intellect and your vision and all that good stuff. And you are becoming your own manifester. But whenever you with somebody that they are not on the same shit you're on, and you having sex with them, sharing energy with them, you're not gonna get what you want in life. I could tell you, I was in a relationship, and every time I would break up and get back with this woman, I couldn't manifest. Every time I broke up with her, I manifested everything. I could break up with her today. By tonight, I'm getting a call to do some work, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 gig. I'm telling you, I'd be with her a whole month, ain't no money coming in. The minute I break up with her, boom, money coming in. I'm telling you, the person you with could be blocking all your harvests, all your harvests, all your harvests. Anyhow, follow those rules, man, and I'm telling you. Because I'm telling you from experience. Those of you been following my journey for years, 5 years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, you see my journey. Done lived in my vehicle, done bought land, done lived in nice houses, done drove nice cars, went back in my truck, lived in RVs, bought land. Like, y'all been seeing my journey, man. Y'all been seeing my journey. Now y'all see I got all these properties, 7 businesses. I'm doing well. Everything is wonderful in my life. It's because I've been following these principles. Little by little, I've been getting toxic people out of my life. I've been practicing my spirit of discernment. Okay? I make sure to find a virtuous, non-toxic woman. Okay? I make sure I keep a skill, and I'm always sharpening my skill. Even speaking. My speaking has become better. Those of you who've been following me for a while, you see I'm even become a better speaker. I'm becoming a better speaker. If I could just stop cussing sometimes, but I'm becoming a better speaker. I'm increasing my vocabulary. If you're the same being today you were yesterday, you wasted 24 hours. If you're the same being you were 20 years ago, you wasted 20 years. If you're the same being you was last year, you wasted a whole year. You must become better. I tell my woman, like, the purpose of relationship is to build. Every woman I've been trying to be with, I tell them, if we can't build, we can't be together. I don't care how good the sex is. I don't care how much I love you. You love me. We all emotional. We be crying, baby. I love you. All this time. If we cannot build, we are unequally yoked, and it's pointless. It's a toxic relationship. We're holding each other back. You have to be able to build. You have to be able to build in a relationship. You have to be able to build a legacy in a relationship, not just fucking and having a bunch of babies. Fucking and having a bunch of babies, that's just part of it. Now that you have these babies, you have to teach these babies how they can be fruitful. And I'm not talking about having sex and having more babies. It seemed like that's just people's only definition of being fruitful, is having sex, having more babies. Judge Joe Brown did an experiment. It was one woman. She had like 34 offsprings, 34 from one woman, right? She had like 5 or 10 of her own. Then her grands was another 10. Then she had great grands. Anyway, it was like 34 offsprings. Every last one of them was on Section 8 and food stamps or some type of Pookie and Ray Ray dude. The females was all on Section 8 and food stamps, and all her boy offsprings, male offsprings, were some Pookie and Ray Ray type of dude, except one. Out of 34 offsprings, only one was fruitful. Only one turned out right. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. It's because people's idea of being fruitful and multiplying is just a sexual thing. And bringing more babies, more beings into this world. Yeah. You know, a fucking pine tree, not pine tree, a fucking cactus tree is fruitful and multiplied just like a sweet mango tree. You know? But you want to be a cactus or you want to be a mango? Anyhow, that's all I got for you. Get in my mastermind, man. My mastermind. It's $50 to $5 for 1 year. 1 year, you could be in my mastermind for 1 year, right? If you want to be in my mastermind lifetime, it's $333. $333. You get one-on-one coaching with me. All of that good stuff. And I take payments. All right? You could pay as you go. I'm trying to help you guys, man. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you. This is about helping you guys. This is about helping you. You want to be non-toxic. You want to finally live the life of your dreams. This is not no get rich quick. You're going to get your land. I'm going to teach you how to put cabins on your land. I'm going to teach you all the verbiage that I've learned to put on Airbnb. I'm going to teach you all this good stuff, how to do your due diligence on properties. Everything I've learned to get me to this point in my life, I'm going to teach you guys. You don't need credit. I do not care about credit at all. You don't need it. The only thing you need credit for is to improve, on a house, to build a house, to just improve on materialistic things. But to build wealth, you really don't need credit. To build wealth, you really don't need credit. Donald Trump got like 13, 14 bankruptcies. I'm telling you, once you have established yourself, if I could go to any bank and show them my portfolio and they'd be like, how much you want to borrow? How much you need, bruh? I can go to any private individual and be like, look at my portfolio, look at my assets. I need to borrow some money. They're gonna say, you gonna leverage all this? I say, yeah. How much you need? God damn it, bro. How much you need? You can leverage your assets or you can leverage your credit. I leverage my assets. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem leveraging my assets. I don't give a fuck about credit. But obviously you want to use other people's money so people build their credit to leverage their credit. But because of my personal beliefs, I don't believe in paying interest and usury. I really don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Even though some of the people I deal with, they say they charge interest. That's why I try to pay off my lands as soon as possible, and I try to make them structure the loans to show I'm not paying interest. If the property's 10,000 and in 5 years it's gonna be 18,000, just mark it for 18,000. Don't put nothing on the paperwork talking about interest. You know what I'm saying? So all of that type of stuff I teach you guys. Paying interest and usury and from what I've learned is a sin. It's a so-called sin. It's a so-called sin. Only heathens pay interest and usury. Only heathens pay interest and usury. Only slaves pay interest and usury. And the more interest and usury you pay, the bigger of a heathen you are and slave you are. The longer you pay it. Okay? But again, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? If you know you need to borrow 100,000 for 6 months, you're going to pay 10% interest. But at the end of the day, you're going to make 90,000. That's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm mainly talking about people that just got like 10, 20 credit cards. They always paying minimum balance. They got a 30-year mortgage. They paying interest for 30 years. They don't know what it is to own a cash car. They always paying car payments. Their whole life they're paying interest. You have to come to a point in your life where you're not paying interest anymore. You must come to a point in your life you are not paying interest anymore. The longer you are recognized as paying interest is the more the universe recognize you as a slave and a heathen, and the more you manifest and the more you are treated like a slave and a heathen. The more you are treated like a slave and a heathen and a victim is the more you act like it, is the more you're treated like it. Anyhow, my phone number is 754-229-0940. 754-229-0940. Peace and great harvest.